Well, guys, hello and welcome to Eli and Me. My name's Eli.
And I'm Eli.
We're your hosts, and we're here to bring you all of the good Kelowna tea.
Indeed. Welcome.
Welcome indeed. So, how was your weekend?
It was great. Yeah. I was working on Sunday. Nightlife on Saturday. Work early Sunday.
Nice. Where do you work these days?
I'm working at Mountain Lifestyle. Ski shop in Rutland.
Oh, a little shout out. Care to share any more information about that?
Yeah. So we offer seasonal rentals. $150 to under 10. 10 to 18 is a youth rental, $199, and $249 for that adult seasonal rental.
That's not bad at all, really.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, to buy a new set of skis with the helmet and everything, it becomes
you're looking upwards of $1,000.
Yeah, I was one time I was looking it up just out of curiosity, but skiing is the most expensive sport to get into.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not hockey or whatever. Skiing.
Yeah, I would have thought hockey for
sure. Yeah, me too. But nope, skiing it is, and yeah.
That surprises me. That does.
It's pretty interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is quite expensive, though.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that. But where are you working these days?
Well, I don't want to give any names because it's a big corporation, but I work at a local coffee company. No, I'm just joking. I work at the mighty Starbucks.
Starbucks coffee shop.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a shift supervisor there. Loving every second of it, and yeah, it's been pretty busy lately after Christmas, but I think people set their New Year's resolution. Is that the resolution?
Yeah, resolutions.
To be not to drink so much coffee, and I think that lasted for about a couple of weeks, and now everybody's back in our drive-through. So, yeah.
It's funny how that's like the opposite of gyms. Gyms are super busy early January, and then you look 3-4 weeks out, January 1st, and then gyms are empty again.
Yeah.
People kind of falling off the wagon.
Yeah, it's classic.
So.
Yeah. I actually got myself a gym membership.
You did?
Yeah.
Where are you going to work
out?
Where is that for?
Oh, I'm World Gym here in town. Yeah, so.
They have payments bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly, $10.
That's really good.
It's not too bad, yeah. So I'm hoping that motivates me a little. I haven't actually worked out yet, but.
No. When did you pick up the membership?
On Thursday I picked it up.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
did you get a tour? Usually they give a little tour.
They didn't give me a tour, no. Yeah, I thought that they might, but that's okay.
As far as the people I know that work out there, a lot of them are like the all or nothing kind of gym enthusiasts.
I see.
Pretty intense in there. I work out at Planet Fitness, so it's kind of the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone. It seems like a gym that everyone goes to start off working out. You get the odd person that's like super built and looks like they've worked out their whole life, but for the most part, it's like a judgment-free gym. They really try to push that. Yeah. That their gym's a judgment-free zone. So.
So when you work out, do you do it mostly for the aesthetic of like not in a kind of negative way, but the aesthetic that you get from having big muscles, or do you do it as like a thing to actually build your strength so that you can do more things with your body?
I'd say now, so I'm only working out like I'd say 2 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week now, and it's more for fitness.
Yeah.
Keeping in shape for soccer and snowboarding, the two main sports that I take part in. As far as like grade 12, when I was working out like 4 or 5 days a week, it was just to get big.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else around me. So
yeah. Fair enough.
That's changed a lot. What do you plan on going to the gym for?
Well, I'm a pretty skinny, lanky guy, so my goal is to just get bigger. But I know that's a lot to do with diet stuff and all that sort of stuff. But my goal is to be able to turn whatever weight I can gain into muscle, and to be able to actually work into that and actually get some toned muscle. Yeah, so it's mostly for aesthetic, I'd say, because that's just how I want it to look.
Setting that goal is very helpful.
Yeah.
How many days a week do you plan on going to work out?
I'm hoping like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That would be doable, but I think it's also like a pretty decent goal to set for myself.
Yeah, you're working full time. You're in school.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, working on this podcast. You know, so.
Podcast takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
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 So please like and share.
Please, we're begging you. No, we actually don't need it at all. This is a passion project for us.
It is. I'm super excited to do this.
Yeah, honestly, this is what Kelowna needed, right, guys?
We'll add some clapping in there. Some sound effects of cheering. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Another thing that we like to do in the winter, along with our podcast and work and school, is skiing, snowboarding.
Oh yeah.
As I mentioned, you were saying how expensive it is to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have all the gear, obviously the pass is another expense, but I'd say it's not too expensive once you have everything. So your first year getting into it might be expensive unless you win a contest.
Yeah, win a contest and get all your stuff for free.
Yeah. Care to share the story with the audience?
I can share it in a second when you're done telling your story.
Okay, yeah. So what I was saying is that the first year getting into it, buying all your gear, it can be an investment, but you have that gear now, as long as you're not doing rentals, which are cheaper for the reason that you don't have anything to show for it after the season. But when you purchase your gear, you own it, you have it for years to come. The next year, your second year going skiing, you pay for the pass, and then all you're really paying for is gas.
Yeah.
Besides the little upgrades that you're making in your gear, new goggles, new gloves,
exactly,
enhance the experience. But other than that,
yeah, it's great. It's kind of like any investment, really. You have to be able to shell out enough money you have to be able to afford it to start off, but as soon as you do that, your expenses just go down every year. You're just paying for a pass instead of and whatever it costs to transport yourself up the hill. But yeah, I mean, this is the story that Elijah wanted me to tell. Yeah, so a few years back, I would have never dreamed of going skiing myself. Like sorry, that's wrong. I had gone skiing once or twice, but it was night skiing when it's like a deal going on a Friday night or something similar to that. But then a few years ago, my name was put into like a draw for a giveaway, which was based on like I guess community service type deeds and stuff like that.
Being a great person.
Yeah, basically I was just such a good person. No, but my name was put into this draw, and some investors put together like a package for one lucky person every year to get a free pass, free bus pass, and free skis, helmet,
boots,
poles. Yeah, I got all that stuff for free.
Socks, even, hey?
Yeah, socks too. I got some like $50 ski socks, which I didn't know was possible to spend that much on socks until then, and now I realize that those aren't even the most expensive ones out there. So yeah, but no, I was super lucky to be able to like say that I ski, and a few years ago I would have never been able to afford it. So yeah,
that becoming possible was nice to see.
It's super enabling. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, huge shout out to Encompass. Not our sponsors for today, but they sponsored my skiing career, so thank you so much.
We should get a sponsorship for these podcasts. Yeah. If anyone's looking to sponsor, just reach out to us. My Instagram's Elijah_Dryden.
Yeah, my Instagram's Elias Ord.
Yeah, you can just hit us with a DM if you're looking for a place to just push to that wider range of audience.
That's right. So, about Big White.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the housing situation in the next, 5-10 years? Just because I know that in Kelowna housing is like just skyrocketed, and I think it's the same at Big White, but I wonder what you think is just going to happen with all the people investing, and whether it's going to stay pretty local, or if you think that like external investors are going to come in and try and, I don't know. Anyways, I just want to pick your brain about that. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe, and others would argue the opposite, but I believe we're going into a recession here, and that will lead to, I believe, many more available homes at a better price. Now it's pretty much impossible for a young adult to buy their own home in Kelowna. For people moving out of their house, they have to rent, and even rent's really expensive.
Yeah.
Down in the city here, but also at the hill. So if you were to buy a property at Big White, I imagine right now it would be ridiculously expensive. Probably not that many available to buy.
Yeah.
But then for years to come, you're definitely paying it off with rentals. I know I have some friends up there that have cabins rented out for like winter break, and you can rent it out for 4 days. Some places won't allow you to rent it for Christmas as well as New Year's. But if you rent it for 4 days during Christmas, 4 days during New Year's, you're making like probably $2,000 each 4 days. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, charging up to like $500 a night some places. It's ridiculous. So you're definitely making money there. Definitely long term, like we were talking about investments.
Yeah, no kidding.
You have to have the money to put down to make money.
Yeah. Yeah,
which,
for sure.
If you wanted to pull in with friends, I think would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Family.
No kidding.
But yeah, having that money up front is the hardest part. But I do think, especially they've been talking about it for many years now, about expanding Big White. I see it happening in the next 10 years, even if that means putting in one more chairlift. It's one of, like, I'd say the most popular resort in the Okanagan.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Bigger than Silver Star. Silver Star is probably second. We have Sun Peaks, like Apex Mountain, yeah, which are all quite close.
Yeah.
In proximity, like.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things about living in where we live too, is that there's so many mountains, and it's like, it just makes an opportunity for ski resorts all over the place.
Oh yeah.
This is like a random thought that I've been thinking lately, is like with the climate change whole thing going on, and in the last few years, Big White hasn't got as much snow. I wonder how things are going to look in like the far future with all these like developments and stuff like that, if Big White doesn't even get enough snow to operate. You know, it's all built on that one quality that it's a ski resort, but it's going to be tough. I guess only time can tell. Yeah,
even if the snowfall went down, as technology is improving, I think they could easily find a way to make snow. They're already doing that for like the park. Yeah. For jumps and stuff like that, the tracks. So if in 20 years time we don't have 100 meters of snow base to ski on, they might be making fake snow in order to make up for that. But that's
a lot of ground to cover. With fake snow.
Yeah. And in general, like, well, you look at the cold snap, like how cold it was in December. Yeah. That's not normal. We don't usually get that cold. In February, like in previous years as I can remember, that's when it's like -20, -30 in Kelowna here. Yeah. Do you think that'll happen, as well as the fact that we had -20, -30 degree weather back in December?
Do I think that we're going to have another cold snap? Oh, I think that, yes. I would say it's kind of inevitable. Yeah. But we kind of saw it in summer as well, where we'll have like a really early heat wave where it's 40 degrees for a week or something like that, and then it just goes back to normal kind of like spring temperatures, like early 20s, whatever, or what, low 20s. Yeah. And then it happened again in August or something like that. So it happened in June and August. And I think that it kind of works in a weird way of twos, where there'll be like a really cold time and then another really cold time, and then there'll be a hot time and then another really hot time.
Like pairs kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually scientific, but that's the way that I see it. That's what I've observed here.
Great observation.
Yeah, so I think that we will, but
I hope it gets colder. I want to ski more and have better snow. I think that will help with that. Like you go up to the ski hill now and it's barely breaking the negatives.
Yeah.
So with all the snow melting, you're definitely getting a shorter season.
Yeah.
I want it to get colder because we have so many months of nice weather in the Okanagan here in the summer where we're complaining about it being too hot.
Yeah.
So I think we can stick it out. We live in Canada. Like,
yeah.
What else should we expect besides cold?
Yeah.
People make fun of us for that, but I don't know. I like the cold weather. I want to go skating more.
Yeah.
That's something I want to do more.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you you live in Rutland, as well as myself.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that obviously that we have the skating rink in Rutland here, the Rutland Arena by the YMCA.
Yeah.
What are some other things that you like doing in Rutland here, or what do you think some improvements they could make?
In Rutland, well, I mean, yeah, you said they have that ice rink, which I think is good, but I don't think it gets the kind of like traffic that would make it like a Rutland staple, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't get that many, and also it's like it's not a community thing. It's also a business. Like they charge you to go in there and for rentals, which is fair, but you know, I think that some of the best things that I like to do in Rutland, one of the closest things to me that I can think of is the new basketball arena that they put at Centennial Park.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool place. Yeah, by the police station. So they just put new like ping pong tables. They put the basketball court there. They put like little benches and it's just become a cool
skate park.
Sort of. But
features,
I think and I think that that's done a lot to bring people together like outside of school, because there's a lot of kids in the area because of the secondary school, but before like last year or the year before, there was nothing really that attracted teens to like come together, be outside. So I think that's really cool. And every day in the summer when I would drive by, in the spring, summer, fall, whenever there's not snow on the ground pretty much, there's always people that are just playing basketball, which I think is really cool. And I feel like I remember the old mayor saying something about how he wanted the Centennial Park to also have some sort of thing that converts into an ice rink, outdoor ice rink.
Okay.
I think that would be really cool if they did do that. It would be so cool if they did an ice rink there as well, because
I wonder if that's another plan for that park.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
If it is, like, that would be so sweet, because I mean, we can go downtown to
Stewart
Park for the ice rink.
Yeah.
But, you know, for us in Rutland, we have to drive 20 minutes there and back. And then, you know, some people don't have skates and you have to rent them. And it all just becomes a bit of a chore in a sense. It's more of like a once or twice a year sort of thing, probably.
Yeah. We should start that. We should try and get the approval of starting an ice rink. That'd be so sweet in Rutland, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, I'm not much of a skater myself because, you know, I'm imported from England pretty much, but I do really love to ice skate, and I think it's fun just because it's something that brings people together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, my favorite thing, I mean, there's a water park.
I remember going there when I was younger.
Yeah. I had my birthday party at Benley Water Park for, I don't know, probably like my 12th birthday. I didn't have any friends, so my cousins came. Which, you know, my cousins are my friends, but, you know.
Anyways. Why do you think it is?
That I didn't have any friends?
You were homeschooled, weren't you?
Yeah. The truth comes out.
I don't mean to expose you like that. But.
No. Yeah. Well, actually, we haven't really talked that much about ourselves recently. So.
No.
All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, all right? So, I was born in Vancouver, BC.
Oh.
Yeah, Vancouver. But I moved to Kelowna when I was 3 years old. I don't remember anything from Vancouver. So I was raised here in Kelowna town. and
Kelowna town.
And I spent majority of my childhood at home playing Minecraft, playing Ace of Spades, playing Tanky, stuff like that, mini clip games. Basically, I didn't do that much. I didn't have many friends. I was homeschooled. It was great. And then I met Elijah. No, I'm just joking. No,
Your whole life changed.
Yeah, when I met Elijah, my whole life flipped on its head, and I became conversational. I was able to. I was able to actually talk to people. No, this is all lies.
Do not spam the comments with, "Oh, Elijah's so great." I did not do this. He did this himself.
But you could still spam the comments. Yeah, no. I was raised homeschooled, and then I moved to private school. My parents put me in private school, Heritage Christian School. It's no longer there, so I can name drop it. But I went there from grade 8 to grad, and from there I've been at Okanagan College, and it's been great. But yeah, some of my interests include, well, we were talking about it already, skiing.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I'm a skier. I've never snowboarded before, but respect to the snowboarders out there. I play soccer or football, depending on where you're from, and not American football though. And what else do I do? Oh, basketball. Played that in high school. Loved it. I'm also a musician.
I was gonna say that. Pretty musically talented.
I play music, and later on in the show we'll have a segment for talented musicians to come into the show. So, yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't clap. Look at that.
I'll put your buckle your seatbelts, because things are gonna get going pretty quick here. But yeah, I've lived in Rutland ever since I moved to Kelowna, and I have a passion for all things Kelowna and Rutland, and I think that this is going to be a cool project for Elijah and I to kind of stretch ourselves and to put some of put some of the unspoken things about Kelowna
into conversation.
Yeah. But like in a good way though, like,
yeah, definitely,
like giving shout outs to local businesses and stuff like that. So in a way.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, that's a bit about me. What about you, Elijah?
Yeah, I also plan on using this, I guess, as a platform for building brands of others, as well as kind of sharing our views and opinions on things, whether the audience takes them or leaves them, kind of thing. But just getting it out there, a lot of visions that we have, as well as our interests, and kind of building that fan base of people that I guess like to listen to us have a conversation and kind of interact with us. As far as myself, I have lived in Kelowna my entire life, living in the same house in Rutland for the last 16 years, so can't say I've moved around lots. I went to Heritage Christian School, met Elias when he was in grade 8. He was friends with my older brother, so I was this annoying grade 6 that wouldn't stop bugging them at lunch break and stuff. But we played on the soccer team together there, football team there, I guess you would say. And we won a tournament in, where was that, Oliver? Esoyus. That's right. Yeah, that was fun.
We carried the team to a championship there.
Yeah. And then in grade 10, when Elias was in grade 12, graduating, played soccer. Or the season didn't end up happening because of COVID. There, did it?
No, it did happen. That was our last one.
Okay, yeah. So your grade 12 year, my grade 10 year. You graduated. I moved over to RSS, Rutland Senior Secondary, for my last years of high school, grade 11 and 12. Wasn't able to play soccer in grade 11, but grade 12 was captain. We won Valleys, so that was a big accomplishment, I guess, for us there. We weren't able to go to provincials, though, because of the highway flooding.
Oh.
So that was unfortunate. Some interests I have, also going to Big White, as we talked about, but I am a snowboarder. I do feel bad for skiers, not as, I guess, intelligent as they choose that profession, but no hate to skiers, no hate to skiers. I used to ski, switched over to snowboarding, just got into backcountry, so I like that, doing that. I have played soccer my whole life, kind of that's why that's a big part of me. I go to school at University of British Columbia now, Okanagan. I'm at in the management program there at UBCO. In my first year, second semester, it's tough. I'm just getting back from winter break now, and man, it's already hit me pretty hard. Time management flew out the window for winter break, and getting back into routine is pretty tough. So,
oh man,
what are some study habits you use, or tips that you would give to people for getting work done?
I should be the one asking you this. I need help. No, I'm just joking. But I'm not. But my study tips for me, who doesn't study very well or do homework very well, because of time management, would be to remove yourself from where you're comfortable. For me, this looked like me getting out of my house, and because of sometimes I just hit a wall and I need to get out of the house to do my work, so I go to a cafe or something like that, and that helps me to focus and get the creative juices flowing. Yeah. What would your best tip
I love
be?
that. I would agree. I love to go onto campus to get work done. I find in my room I can't get much work done either. Coffee shop is nice. I don't do that often though. I find it's a little bit too noisy in there for me. I get distracted very easily by noise, so I'll find myself people watching quite often when I'm in a social place. So I usually go to the campus, find a spot in the library, upstairs, kind of have my own little cubby, get work done. As far as tricks for studying, also just kind of don't do well. Can't really give much advice, but I'd say taking breaks helps me. I'll do 30 minutes of work with my phone kind of put away, and then have a timer set, so 30 minutes, and then go on my phone for 5 minutes, but set that 5-minute timer, because if I don't set that 5-minute timer of going on my phone or kind of taking a break, I'll find myself scrolling on TikTok or Instagram for half an hour. Yeah. And then I look at the time, I'm like, oh shoot.
No kidding.
Too late.
I'm the worst for that. But I mean, that's funny that you say that you just don't do well with noisy places and stuff like that, because I'm the opposite.
Okay.
I focus when the environment's stimulating. I focus better.
That's weird. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, but
whatever works best for you.
Yeah, so sometimes if I am doing work in my room, I'll put cafe noises on.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I put cafe noises on, or even rain noises are too kind of,
that is
too
awesome.
Relaxing, but I'll put on cafe noises. It's funny, but I think
you don't search up cafe noises at work when you work at Starbucks. You just put your phone down, you record half an hour, and then you just bring that home and press it to study.
Yeah, that's why didn't I think of this?
There you go.
Yeah, wow.
And just post that onto Spotify and just get people listening.
Actually, honestly, screw this podcast. I can make way more money doing that.
Cafe noises live. You just start a live stream.
What? Just me on the bar.
Yeah, you just have people listening in on your shit.
Just a Twitch stream.
Well, you used to. We worked at together. Another local restaurant.
would not.
This is not a shout out. This is not a shout out. I'm just using it as reference place to where we used to work together.
Yeah.
And you used to do live streams there, and there was a pretty funny incident that did happen on live stream.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because I would have completely forgot. But yeah, as for my live streams at I'll start this by saying is not a productive place to work. I worked there for 4 years. I spent 2 years worth of my work on my phone.
2 years worth.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, it's a joke, but you know what I mean. Like, you're on your phone so much, and now that I go in there, people like don't even say hi when you walk in. Well, I mean, some people do, but only the goats. Like
my younger brother that works
there,
there.
Judah. Yeah, sorry, was that a name drop? Shouldn't
no,
do that.
It's okay.
Elijah's little brother and Amandeep. The two best workers.
Definitely.
Anyways, so I was up to no good, my shenanigans on the phone. I decide, it's really dead. I'm gonna start an Instagram live stream right now, which is actually where you left off. Yeah. So here we go.
This is what I was referring to. If you're just tuning in.
And then I was doing my closing duties, mopping up the floors, and we have this mop. We do the mop bucket every day, but like the mop water in there is really nasty throughout the day, and it's like all gray and like murky, and we've probably mopped up some milk spills from the milkshake machine, and it's all in there. And I'm mopping the floors of the lobby, like the restaurant dining area, and I'm not focusing enough because my phone is live streaming, and somehow I like leave the mop in the bucket, and then it like falls over, and the mop bucket spills all over the lobby floors.
The worst.
Yeah, and I was on live stream for this, and like I'm pretty sure you were watching.
Yeah, and we were all just dying laughing.
Yeah, it's like, oh shoot.
I think because like I live like 5 minutes away from there, so I drove, and I think we like talked to you about it after.
Yeah. Man, that was
funny.
That was a crazy time. But yeah, I spent the rest of the live stream sopping up the water with
mopping up mop water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You'd think I shouldn't be doing that, but
pretty unproductive way of mopping, I'd say.
Yeah, relatively.
Spilling something all over the floor.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
But yeah, I remember at your old work.
Yeah.
Cream and Bean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good old days.
There are times when I would come and visit you and help you with your clothes.
Yeah. I'd say that place was more slow.
I didn't think it was possible until Cream and Bean came.
Yeah,
around.
exactly. I think I had a shift there after school one day that I didn't serve a single customer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I worked until like 6 or like 8 o'clock or whatever it was.
Yeah.
From 3, and it was unbelievably slow. That was on the corner of Rutland and Leafhead, and they're now shut down. They have been for a few years. I think 2018, I want to say 2019.
Yeah.
They shut down. There's a gluten-free bakery there now.
Yeah, Jade and Joel's. They're actually doing really well there, and it's good to see because I go in there fairly often, and they make really good coffee and baked treats, and it's a gluten-free vegan place. But like as somebody who's not gluten-free and vegan, you wouldn't notice or even like bat an eye because it's all really good.
Yeah, and I remember picking up a wedding cake for your brother's wedding, and it was delicious.
Yeah,
delicious cake.
It's really good. Yeah, if we could put you onto one bakery in Rutland here, it would be Jade and Joel's, baby.
Jade and Joel's.
Head over there next after you're done watching this. Head over to Jade and Joel's, and they'll make you get the lavender vanilla latte. I think that's what it's called. It's really good.
There you go.
Yeah.
And say Eli and Me podcast sent you.
Yeah. Use the code Eli and Me for 20%.
Also not a sponsor. Don't listen to him.
That's not a code. Sorry, I lied.
Another local business in Rutland here. Super unfortunate. Burnt down last year. Olympia Greek Taverna. So sad. My older brother worked there. We used to go in there all the time.
Yeah, it was a good place.
Good pizza, good pasta. Oh man, their fettuccine alfredo dish with like a crispy top, nothing beats it.
Nothing beats it.
So good.
Yeah,
they're rebuilding.
Yeah, I've seen it there. Yeah, it looks really good.
Are you excited for that?
I'm very excited. I feel I watched the video that the owner did.
Yeah.
On, I think it was on Kelowna Now. He did an interview, and he seems like such a great guy. He seems like such a great business owner, and I have no like I think it's awesome that they're able to rebuild and liven up the space that they had there. But now it's looking like it's going to be like a 3-story building or something like that.
They're putting it up now and it looks pretty tall.
Yeah. They've put out the plans for the new building, and this is what I'm really excited for, is they're moving the entrance from the side with the highway to the alleyway, which right now it's a dingy Rutland alleyway, but I think in the future it would open a lot of doors for other businesses to make restaurants in that alleyway. And I'm happy that Olympia Greek Taverna, which is like a locally run, locally owned business for as long as I can remember, is the restaurant that's paving the way for other restaurants in that spot there.
Kind of opening that opportunity up to multiple other businesses around. They have the Good Brothers Pizza there. Yeah. I think if they made that patio area more of a staple, it would be perfect. Yeah.
And for me, this is going to be a rabbit trail, but like I spent time in Italy, in Rome, in the summer, and one of my favorite things about being there is walking through the streets where there's just restaurants. It's basically just pedestrian roads with restaurants and like patios, all that you just walk through, and you can pick whichever one you like. I can kind of envision that happening in that area, which I think is also important because Rutland doesn't really have a culture district. So I think that when that reopens, it will open a lot of doors for other places. Yeah. Like also, one of my biggest dreams would be to start a brewery in Rutland, which I think would be super cool in that same sort of alleyway.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. The only pub we have in Rutland is Post House.
Yeah,
they shut it
at least 9 on the
PM.
bench. Yeah,
so, not super inviting either.
Yeah, no,
I'd say it's pretty old. But yeah, to have a new place open up, I think it'd get a lot of attraction pretty quickly.
Especially with all the developments going on with
exactly
apartments and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, they're really, because they're building the condos in the parking lot by McDonald's, which I don't really agree with, kind of, as well as the fact across the Highway 33 there by Dollarama, more places going up there. Just massive buildings going up in Rutland kind of takes away from, I guess, the space a little bit and like the area for other businesses and like retail shops to open. I guess puts more people in the area, so that's nice, but I have a feeling lots of houses are going to be torn down in order to either build condos or kind of like subsidize for like businesses kind of thing.
Yeah, I see that happening, but I don't personally see it as like a horrible thing.
No,
it's just like something that will make housing more affordable for people, for one, because not many people can afford to buy a house. And then also it's just kind of something that you expect to happen to an expanding city. So, I mean, I'm honestly excited just to have a more populous area of town, but I also fear that the road situation won't be able to cater for the amount of people that are going to be coming into Kelowna and living here.
Yeah, there's the infrastructure of Kelowna is the highway system horribly built. You look at like even like West Kelowna with overpasses.
Yeah,
we have none here. So we have like a walking bridge down.
Yeah.
Like
by the rec
downtown.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Area. Other than that, yeah.
It is ridiculous.
By the university.
Yeah.
I could totally see Kelowna kind of expanding out more that way towards the airport. Lots of open area. They do have the dump out there, so that kind of takes up a lot of space, even going out to Lake Country.
But eventually, like they'll have to probably build something on top of the dump, like where the dump was.
Which is crazy to think about. But yeah, prices in Kelowna are going up because of people coming in, and it's just getting ridiculously busy.
Yeah.
Like, what was a 5-10 minute drive now is like a 30-minute drive in traffic. You definitely have to add more time onto your travel.
It does get crazy, especially driving down the highway. The intersection just past the bridge on the Kelowna side makes for the craziest rush hours on the bridge. It's just like gridlock the whole way. And then also the intersections and turnoffs around the mall, Orchard Park, just backs up the traffic from the mall all the way back to like almost downtown.
Yeah.
At times, especially around Christmas and stuff like that.
Shopping.
And I think it's tough to kind of envision Kelowna making sense of the traffic here, because like it's all built the way it is now. They're gonna have to tear things down and like seriously rebuild if they're ever going to make it actually practical. Like to get into the mall, like right now it makes sense for like a small town. You just turn in, there's like a left turn signal but like left turns make everything take longer. I think they need like just their overpass kind of situation. Just we need more overpasses or like a big bypass of the city for the highway or something. It's all just ridiculous.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah, it's almost too late to like widen. They have been widening the highways, adding lanes, but you can only do that so much.
Yeah.
Especially on Springfield. I'd say Springfield, alongside Highway 97, is like one of the main ways to get downtown, and just like I'd say it's almost like a sub highway.
Yeah.
Super busy all the time. Only 2 lanes wide.
Yeah.
There is some left turn lanes going off of it. But yeah, what are some other things you think that could help the busyness and traffic in Kelowna?
Well, it's really hard to say because we'd need like a civil engineer really, but
yeah,
the
like you were saying, like overpasses and bypasses.
Overpasses would be the main thing in my opinion, because right now our highway has a speed limit of a normal residential area. It's like because people can just pull out onto the highway from like McDonald's or something like that. You can just pull out and you can cut people off just who are driving along the highway just by pulling out of like somebody's house or something. Like this is the thing. Like our highway shouldn't be like something that a highway is for transportation. It's not for business fronts and stuff like that. You know? So I think that, I mean, the obvious way that I would think of would just be to make like an actual different highway, I guess, like make a new highway. And they have plans to do it too, but it's just, I don't know. It's just hard to see my town, my city, being a city with such bad infrastructure. Yeah, and it's one of those things that people will say about Kelowna every time. They'll be like, yeah, I love the place, lovely in the summers, but the traffic is terrible. And they always say it, like just visitors, tourists, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, worse things have happened, but you know. Yeah,
and they've talked about this as well for years, but adding another bridge. Yeah. Like further down that you can just take from, even like on Okanagan Lake, it goes down for ages, but even just from Lake Country to West Side Road, and kind of making West Side Road more driven, so that you can kind of skip over, or skip coming through Kelowna, because that's another thing that kind of backs up and like adds vehicles onto the highway, is people traveling just through Kelowna, because that's the only way to get from, say, a Soyuz like to Vernon, or a Soyuz to Revelstoke kind of thing. You have to come through Kelowna, so lots of people will be forced to come through and kind of add cars and traffic to that. With a bridge bypassing Kelowna, kind of open up the roads a little bit more, I'd say.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so now we've talked your ears off. I'm gonna pass this segment on to Elijah for the talented musicians section. All right, Elijah, take it away.
You're the host. Just say.
Okay. So here today, I'm gonna be kind of introducing a segment to you that we're gonna be starting on the podcast here. Eli and Me podcast. Lots of you are just tuning in to our first episode. We're promoting it to you guys, and you can always share and reference it to your friends. But a segment that we're introducing here is Music with Eli and Me. So today our first guest, first of many on this segment, will be one of my co-hosts here, Elias Ord.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
My name's Elias Ord. I'm a local musician here. Sorry about that, guys. My our associate was signing something to me. Okay, anyways, I want to say a huge thank you to Eli and Me podcast for having me on board today. This is amazing promotional content for me, but here's a song that I learned. And actually, you can see it on my YouTube channel, Ukulele Boy 19. It's called Cool Hawaiian Riff Number 1. All right. And now that we're done with that one, I'm going to go on to this cool Hawaiian tune that I also teach on my channel. Thank you, everybody. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that amazing segment, Elijah, and hosting that.
Thank you for featuring on our first segment.
Me?
One of our musicians came on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So some other things that we do as friends, like starting a podcast, which all friends do at some point in their life.
Yeah.
Opening a bar or brewery, everyone does it.